I'm done. Really, I'm done. This movie broke me. That's it. I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this. Okay. This review is on the 2012 Adam Sandler comedy. That's My Boy. Hold on, give me a minute. So, the plot of this movie is this guy named Todd Berger, played by Andy Samberg, is getting married to his girlfriend, Jamie Martin, and one day he discovers his long lost father, Donnie Berger, played by Adam Sandler, and he he's out of debt and he's lived a horribly bad life, and so he wants money from Todd, and he thinks he's never been a good father, so he wants to reconnect with him, and a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans happen. Not only is this one of the worst comedies I've ever seen, this is one of the worst movies I've seen, period. Honestly, remember when I said Little Nicky was the worst Adam Sandler movie I've seen? I take it back. This is worse. This is a lot worse. I never laughed once during this movie. Even from the first few minutes, I it was already insufferable. Here's how the movie starts. It shows a backstory of Donnie as a what was it, a fourth or fifth grader, I think. I don't even remember what grade he was in. I don't did they even say? I don't know. And here's the first joke. You know how Donnie gets Todd? He as a kid, Donnie is kept after class for detention and has sex with his teacher. I'm not joking. He has sex with his teacher. It starts with him like the teacher's like, "Oh, you got a little crush on me," and like she starts seducing him, and then no joke, then they it cuts to this school auditorium, which I guess it's like I think it's like an assembly or a ceremony that's going on or something, and you hear moaning and sex noises like uh and then everyone looks and finds out that the teacher is having sex with Donnie. And you know what happens? Donnie gets famous for it. You heard right. This kid gets famous for having sex with his teacher. The teacher should have been convicted of pedophilia, but no. Donnie becomes a big name. He's on magazines, he's gets interviews on talk shows, and he's a popular kid in school just because he has sex with the teacher. That would not make you popular, especially not with your students. I mean, the teacher was kind of attractive, but still, it's not funny. Pedophilia is never funny. It's not any way you put it. I don't care what the context is, it's never funny. And you know what the sad thing is? This is only the beginning. The rest of the movie is just Andy Samberg getting ready for a wedding, and Adam Sandler does his shtick, and he's so obnoxious. He does this whole shtick all over again, and I hate him. I'm sorry. I mean, if you like, I know a lot of my friends like Adam Sandler. I mean, if you like him, that's fine. I mean, whatever floats your boat. But I can't stand him. Other than The Wedding Singer, Hotel Transylvania, and Punch Drunk Love, I've never found him fun. I mean, on Saturday Night Live he was funny, but then again, most of the skits you were in were with Chris Farley, who was funny. This just, other than the sex jokes, this really just feels like a typical Adam Sandler movie, and the R rating doesn't help. And yeah, just like all his other movies, he does a stupid voice. He's always like, "Hey, Donnie." It's like, "Hey, John. Hey, Uncle Cholo. You're my, yeah, oh, it's wacky." Oh, just stop talking like you're suffering a seizure and talk normal. Just for once, can you talk like a normal person without going like, it's irritating. And there's like this one scene, as I said, like the sexual humor is definitely more risque than the other Adam Sandler movies, and it's still not funny. Like there's this part where they go to a strip club, and there's a joke about how there's one of the strippers is fat. A naked fat girl is apparently the big joke. Fat people are hilarious. Oh, oh, and you thought the stuff in the beginning was awful? Take a listen to this. There's a scene. It's revealed that Jamie has sex with her brother. I'm not joking. And spoiler alert, it's she reveals it is forced to reveal it to Todd, and of course Todd is disgusted and doesn't want to be with her. Well, at least that's one logical thing to come out of this movie. Someone actually had common sense. And yeah, the whole movie ends with Todd accepting Danny as his father, and they become close to each other. And the whole movie, the whole joke is basically just Adam Sandler is just playing an irresponsible father. And the joke, it wears thin fast. Heck, it wears thin the first time it's shown. I don't know if I hate the idea just because it's an Adam Sandler movie, but still. Like, there's even this one scene where, like, um, Donnie and Todd, or Han Solo, I'm not gonna call him Han Solo, but yeah, it's actually revealed that Todd's birth name is Han Solo. You gotta have a Star Wars joke, don't you? There's a part where Donnie and Todd, like, they're out with a bunch of people, and Donnie's offered to hit a bong, and then Donnie is like, "Oh no, I'm not doing that in front of my kid." Get it? Because he does all that weird stuff and sexual stuff in front of his kid, and he doesn't want to take drugs. Kill me. Oh, and there's this one joke that was in the. This was in the trailer, but still. There's a scene where Todd gets drunk one night and pukes all over uh, Jamie's wedding dress, and it has semen all over it. Yeah, he jacks it all over the wedding dress because he was drunk. You're really desperate for shock value, aren't you? Oh, and if the incest stuff wasn't enough, there's a part. I don't want to talk about this. There's a part where Adam Sandler jacks off to his grandma or mother, or I don't know who it was. Like he's looking at pictures and you see him doing it. Do I need to say anything? Do I? I think it's pretty obvious why that joke isn't funny. And not gonna lie, there's actually one joke that could have worked. I know, I'm shocked as you. There's a joke where Todd reveals to Donnie that one time he got a tattoo. And it's a tattoo of like, I don't remember who it was, but it was like the face of somebody, and it was on his back, and it ended up being all warped. So like the face was like this. And you know what? That joke could have been funny. But you know what ruined it? Adam Sandler had to laugh. Like he's like, of course you have to ruin a joke that could have been passable. Okay, the idea isn't that funny, but oh, I think I forgot to mention this. You know how remember the scene I said where Jamie finds jizz all over her wedding dress? She licks it. She licks it. And like it's all chunky and it looks disgusting. Like why did they put this in the movie? And don't tell me it's an R-rated comedy. I know, but that still doesn't make it automatically funny. This movie was painful. The whole time I was just waiting for it to end. And it did. And this is one of the worst things I ever had to sit through. Okay, it's not Fred the movie bad, but it's still horrendous. If you hate Adam Sandler, I'm pretty sure it's obvious you wouldn't like this movie. Avoid it. I don't even recommend it at all. Don't watch it. Don't rent it. Don't stream it. If it's on TV, change the channel. Don't even support this movie. I can't believe I sat through this movie. I should have. This movie feels like I should have just turned it off after 5 minutes because the beginning was just the icing on the crab cake. This movie is horrendous. I don't know what any more I could say. I hate it. This this movie is abysmal. Next time, I hope I actually review something good or better. I'll see what I'll do next because it's surely whatever I review next. When I think about it, I'm sure it will not be this bad, or maybe it's good. I don't know. Like I said, only time will tell. So that's my rant on That's My Boy. See you later. This movie is awful.